and welcome. If you're looking for a clear step-by-step guide to setting up your SAP S/4HANA Cloud project, all inside SAP Cloud ALM, well, you've come to the right place. So you've just been tasked with getting a brand new SAP S/4HANA Cloud Private Edition project off the ground, right? If that sounds familiar, then stick around because this explainer is for you. All right, let's get into it. The good news is your entire journey starts and ends in one place, SAP Cloud ALM. We're going to walk through the absolute essential steps to get you from zero to a fully structured project that's ready for your team. Okay, first things first. Before we click a single button inside the project, we have to talk about the people. It's all about getting your team assembled and making sure everyone has the right access right from the get-go. So who is the key player in this whole process? Well, that would be the partner project manager. And that's you. You're the architect here, the one setting everything up, assigning tasks, and really guiding the whole team. But you're not in this alone. You've got a crucial partner, the IT contact. Seriously, think of this person as the gatekeeper. They're the ones who physically create the user accounts and give you that initial super important access to SAP Cloud ALM. You're going to be working with them from day one. Now, the order of operations here is so important. The IT contact creates the accounts, yes, but you, the project manager, have to get access first. And you might be asking, why does that matter so much? Well, it's because it lets you go in and set up all the custom roles for your team, like a special role just for the line of business experts, before they even log in for the first time. Getting in there first gives you all the control. All right, so your team's access is all sorted out. What's next? Now it's time for the really big step, actually creating the project and choosing the blueprint that's going to guide the entire implementation. And that blueprint is your SAP Activate roadmap. But wait, before we jump into the different options, there's a key concept we got to talk about: clean core. Now, this isn't some extra thing you choose. It's a philosophy that's baked into every single one of these roadmaps. The best way to think about it is like a car engine. If you keep it standard, any mechanic can fix it. But if you start adding a bunch of custom parts, suddenly maybe only one person knows how to work on it. Clean core is all about keeping your SAP system standard, so it's easy to maintain and upgrade. And all these roadmaps have tasks built right in to help you do exactly that. Okay, so let's look at this table. Think of it as your decision tree. It's pretty straightforward. Are you brand new to SAP or coming from a non-SAP system? Then you're going to pick New Implementation. Simple. Are you an existing SAP ECC customer? Then system conversion is for you. That's how you protect all your existing data. Selective data transition is kind of that middle ground, hybrid option. And if you're already on S/4HANA, you're just doing an upgrade. Oh, and that last one, the Clean Core Success Plan, that's a special case, really only for when you want to tackle custom code reduction as its own separate project. So once you've picked your roadmap, it's time to set up your project phases, or what we call time boxes. Now, what's the best way to do this? Here's a pro tip. Work backward. Always start with a final go-live date, and then plan backwards from there. Your deploy phase, realize, explore, and prepare. And listen, if there's one mistake people make, it's this. They don't block out enough time for the explore phase. That's where all your fit-to-standard workshops happen, and it almost always takes the most time. So be generous with that one. Moving on to one of the most critical steps in the whole setup: defining your scope. This is where you decide exactly what business processes are in and what's out. And just a quick heads up, this part of the process we're about to talk about, it's specifically for those of you who chose the new implementation roadmap. So, how do you even begin to define the scope? The great news is you're not starting with a blank page. Your single source of truth here is the Customer's Digital Discovery Assessment, the DDA. This is the key document where the executives have already listed out the business processes they want. It is absolutely your starting point. Now you've got two ways to get that scope from the DDA into Cloud ALM. Option 1, you do it manually. You go through and select each business process one by one. This gives you tons of control. Option 2 is the fast track. You import an Excel file that's been exported right from the DDA. The only catch is you'll probably have to ask your customer to export that file for you. So control or speed? The choice is yours. And if you do decide to go the manual route, it's pretty simple. You just pick your package, either SAP Best Practices or the Enterprise Management layer. Then you can filter by country or line of business to narrow things down. And then with your DDA right next to you, you just go through the list in Cloud ALM and toggle on every process the customer asked for. Okay, let me give you a really important piece of advice here. Think of the DDA as a fantastic starting point, but don't treat it like it's set in stone. I can almost guarantee you the final scope is going to change a bit once you're deep in those fit-to-standard workshops with the actual business users. That's totally normal, so just expect it and be ready to adapt. All right, we're almost there. We figured out the who, that's your team. We figured out the what, that's your scope and roadmap. We figured out the when, that's your timeline. The very last piece of the puzzle is connecting the where. We're talking about linking your project plan to the actual technical systems. And you know what? It's a really simple 3-step process. First, you create something called a system group. This is basically just a little bundle for your development, quality, and production systems. You will need to get the exact system names from your IT contact for this. Step 2, you create a deployment plan, which is just a way to document your release cycle. And the final step, you just assign that plan to your project. That's it. And while we're on the topic of that deployment plan, here's something you'll want to keep in your back pocket for long-term planning. SAP S/4HANA Cloud, Private Edition, is now on a 2-year release cycle. That means you can expect a major release every 2 years. That's super important to know as you think about future maintenance and upgrades down the road. And just like that, with that final connection made, you're done. The setup is complete. Your project is officially structured inside SAP Cloud ALM, and you've just laid an incredibly solid foundation for a successful implementation. So let's just take a second and look at everything we've accomplished. You've assembled your team? Check. You selected the right roadmap? Check. You set your timeline, defined your scope, and connected your systems. Check, check, and check. That is a complete, comprehensive setup. You are absolutely ready to get this thing moving. So the main takeaway here is you've officially moved from planning to doing. The foundation's built, the structure's all there, your team is ready to go. The only question left is, what's the very first task you're going to assign?
If you're in the